I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All 6 of them.
Who are you?
If you've never felt it before, you'll feel it now. Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo. The Ultimate Breakers, Kelly, Ozone, and Turbo are back. For everyone who believes in the beat. And the beat's never been better. Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo, rated PG. Starts Wednesday at a theater near you.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is another request, paid request for Efree. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or reactions, or me not dropping the freaking microphone and screwing up the audio and like, oh shit. Like I was saying before, if anyone wants to request any type of requests, videos, topics, reactions, lists, send a request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is for Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo, which that's a title I've referenced more than I've actually seen the film, because I've never seen the film all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, but this is the first I've seen the film. It's up for free on YouTube. And one of the reasons Efree paid for a request for me to see this is one of the stars of the film, Shabadoo. He was the star of the first Breakin. He sadly passed away, which is very sad to hear. He's very talented in the breakdancing circuit. He was great in the pop locking, you know, all the breakdancing stuff. He was, like I said, very talented. And once again, it stars him and Boogaloo Shrimp, as well as Lucinda Dickey, who would go on to be in Ninja 3, The Domination. And this is a film that was very rushed in production, because at the end of the first film, they even said, coming soon, Electric Boogaloo. And both of these films came out in 1984. These came out like December of 84. And you could tell it's rushed. Because while I did like the film, I did not like it as much as the first one. I do think the title, in a way, is better than the movie. But did I hate the film? No. It is as silly and goofy as the first film is. I would say this is even sillier and goofier. And while I do enjoy the fun, energetic dance numbers and the crazy 80s pastel color scheme of the clothes, and some like, what the hell are they wearing type of stuff. Looks like almost an alien visited the 80s and gave some of these people their clothes. And, you know, this now lawn movie, I will say, compared to the first, this one felt even more of a plot floundering to find its way. It's like there's a lot of times where I'm going, where is this plot going? Where is it leading to? Because the gist of the plot is there's a community center that our lead characters help out. It's about ready to be shut down and bought out by the rich white asshole who's going to tear it down to build a shopping center. And then they try to get money to save it. Either at first, the kids and such are doing car washes and selling lemonade, and again, it's a lot. At least the first film, it's in a way felt like it was leading somewhere because it had the whole Lucinda Ditti is the new person in this group of two. Okay, who are you? Okay, this bonding, this growth of bonding between her and our two lead characters, them getting more in sync, more simpatical with each other, leading up to the ending, the finale, where they showcase their talents. First at the dance battle, and then at the actual audition, which I thought at the end of the film they were successful in that venture. You would think that would pay some type of money, or that would lead somewhere for money that maybe then they could use for this predicament, but they don't really reference that in this one, because Lucinda Ditti, she, I guess, is not part of that show anymore. Instead, because at the end of the first film, it's like, oh, three of them are on this show and people are applauding, and again, did that lead to nowhere? Because that Lucinda Ditti, oh, my agent, this talent agent is trying to get me jobs. Oh, I might get a job at Paris. Cool. And again, the issues I have, Shabadoo and Lucinda Ditti, it seemed like in the first film it was leading up to them having a relationship. Do they have a relationship? Do they not have a relationship? Even by the end of the film, that's never really culminates in anything, whether it be a kiss or them showcasing their love for each other, or really anything in particular, which I thought, well, then it feels like a bit more of a waste of time. Same with, like, there's this one girl who gets bitchy at Lucinda Ditti, like, he doesn't want you, he wants me. And there's really not even that much of a resolve in that stuff. Unless I completely missed it. But there's not really a whole big resolve to this lady that was being bitchy, and again, unless I completely fucking bypass my head. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. Now, the stuff I did enjoy, like I say, it is a sillier, goofier movie. And if you go into it knowing that, I think you can get enjoyment on just the experience of being in this world where the way they dress and how there's a point where there are times our characters dress like S&M. I'm not kidding. They don't know it's S&M. Like, there's a point where Ice-T, who's in the first film, he comes back and he is in this club, this party. He sincerely looks as if you put a mask on him, he would be the Gimp from fucking Pulp Fiction. Or at least some S&M thing, or any minute now they're gonna raise him by his titties and the pain, yeah, Hellraiser. I mean, just some of the outfits are so weird, and there's a lot of weird stuff for this movie that is fun to a point. Like I said, with the weird outfits, and they seem like something that would be in Al Pacino's film Cruising, some of these outfits. And there's a point where Lucinda Ditti invites our two leads to her rich parents, and there's this one younger rich asshole. I swear our two leads, I looked at his clothes, and I swear they go up and they smell him. Which I thought was fucking weird. And there's a point where it's like a biker dance gain-off where Shabadoo looks like he's wearing S&M gig, and then all of a sudden, one group has nunchucks and the other has fucking trash can lids. I'm like, what is this? The 80s Ninja Turtles? No, this was 84 this came out, so it was before that. Was the Ninja Turtles 80s cartoon? Because they had fucking... never mind. But it's just weird, like, all of a sudden someone's got nunchucks, and then they got trash cans, but then they're not really fighting. They're kind of, but they're not really fighting. Again, it's very weird. Or like that party where I said the iced tea, like literal S&M gear. And he's got these things that are like studded. Like imagine black leather and studs. Again, you put a mask to be a fucking gimp. And during the party, there's some weird guy with, I swear to God, an Uncle Fester mask. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like a bald mask over him and looked like Uncle fucking Fester. And then, like, why is Ice-T stabbing the shit out of a record in one scene? And then the Boogaloo shrimp, he likes this girl, but he's too nervous to talk to her. So there'll be times he's dancing, and then he starts dancing on the wall, and then he starts dancing on the ceiling, because now in this universe he can dance on the ceiling. And I can guarantee how they did that was the rig used the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's been used in a couple movies during this time where they take a room and they turn it. So say you're here, and as it turns, you're walking that way. So when you get to the wall, it looks like you're at the wall, but really it's turned so much that it's now on the ground. So by the time it's done, you're technically on the ceiling, but no, you're just doing this, and the camera's now upside down to make it look like you're on the ceiling. I can't help it. I kept thinking of, oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling. I would say the soundtrack to this I don't think is as good as the first one. There'd be times where I kind of would... Sometimes the music was alright. Other times I would think, man, for example, anytime I thought of this title of this movie, because you make the joke, sequel, oh, they don't do Dread 2, Electro Boogaloo, or Man of Steel 2, Electro Boogaloo. Anytime you think of a sequel, you put Electro Boogaloo, because it's such a ridiculous but memorable subtitle for a sequel. And it's unique, very unique. And so, for some reason, I always thought a song... You know that song, Electric Avenue? I always thought it said Electric Boogaloo. Electric Boogaloo. Da-da-da-da-da, higher. No, it's Electric Avenue. But if you, in some of these scenes, if you put a song like that, or Dancing on the Ceiling, Lionel Richie, the scene works better than the song they used. Like I said, some of the songs are fine for what they are, but I do think the music in the first one's a bit better. And like I said, the first film, as limited as the plot was, it felt like it had somewhat of a plot. This one, it felt like we're rushing it. This has come out the same year as the first one did. We don't have a plot, or if we have a plot, it's enough that it was written on a fucking napkin. But why do I not hate it? Because it was silly, goofy fun. I gotta admit. Boogaloo Shrimp and Shabadoo, Lucinda Dickey, they're not great actors, but they seem decent chemistry with each other. And that helps. And because they have decent chemistry with each other, and because they're really good at the dancing bits, and there's a lot of dancing. If you go into this film called Breakin 2, you're hoping for a lot of dancing, and you get it. You get what you want. You technically get what you pay for. And at least some of the weirdness kept it from not being boring. It's only an hour and 20-some minute movie. Again, with dancing being almost war or battles, like the Electros rule the dance floor. Electro? Like Jamie Foxx? No, the Electros rule the dance floor, sucker. I mean, yeah, where dancing can cost you a waltz or a lambada. Breaking 2. Why don't you watch out this summer? The electrifying thriller Electric Boogaloo that will shock your feet to your seat and to death. Whatever the fuck. But as for the actual plot, later on, Boogaloo Shrimp as Turbo, he steals something from these, technically the bad guys, falls down the stairs, he gets hurt. And you get these set pieces, like early on, everybody in the street just dancing. And here, a hospital. I did very much even goofier movie where the hospital, everyone's dancing, the nurses are dancing, people in wheelchairs, they get up and start dancing. You have a crutch, don't matter because you're dancing. The doctors are on a patient and the patient's dying or dead. He's dead at this point. But they see the nurses, slutty nurses dancing, and the doctors like zombies. And the breakdancing. The power of breakdancing brings a fucking guy back to life. I shit you not. The power of breakdancing is such a potential ferocious force. It brings a dead guy back to fucking life. Because of all this boom, 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 boom. So, again, it's much more of a cartoonish film with people dancing on the ceiling or that whole scene there. And it was even to a point where they're getting Boogaloo Shrimp out and they're hiding them among this laundry or whatever. When they enter the elevator, someone's trying to catch him, and he puts his head out, and he does a Woody Woodpecker laugh. Or at the end when, okay, they're going to bulldoze the place, and Boogaloo stands, and he's holding a Pizza Hut box. Literally a Pizza Hut box. Making it great, a Pizza Hut box. I guess Pizza was a sponsor of Breakin' 2, or they got free fucking publicity. I'm like, is that a fucking Pizza Hut box? Yeah. So, I mean, long story short, they contact the news. They do this benefit concert to raise the money. For some reason, the dad's like, okay, I've been fighting you for the whole movie. But now I realize you're doing something for good because the movie's over and I need to do this. So here's the money and save the rec center, the community center, and yay. While people are wearing some of the ugliest fucking outfits I have ever seen in my fucking life. I mean, with ugly as hell lime green that makes you want to puke day glow and banana yellow clothes. Just this is the 80s. Wonder Woman 84, I know I keep thinking about that because it's the last new film I saw. What it thought the 80s, they must have just watched Breakin' 2. Like, they watched Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, and they said, that's what the 80s were like. Put that in, and make people look like that in Wonder Woman 84. At least in that mall scene. It's like... Again, it's very cartoonish. It's very silly. It'd be nice if it had a little bit more of a plot and a point. Again, like the Lucinda Ditty Shabadoo. Are they going to get into a relationship? Can they culminate the relationship with, build up the love story? Or they don't really? And... But I don't know. I mean, you could have had a story where they're enjoying their success, but then Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp, they're wondering, okay, we have this success, but we also don't want to sell out, and there's that seduction of selling out and just doing it for the money. But it's like, no, we want to have of both worlds. We want to be able to do this, but we do it our own way. And sort of like, imagine making a movie for a committee and making an independent film, still making a movie, but then since it's movie land, you could create whatever fantasy you want. You make our own. That becomes even more. Maybe people be like, well, it's a bit much like the first one. I mean, to be truthful, you didn't even need a sequel. Again, I would say, yeah, if you've seen the first one, see the second one. I mean, see this for the title alone with the Electric Boogaloo. You get some well done choreography and dancing, a fun, goofy 80s overdrive vibe, some what the fuck moments, but yeah, there are times where it seemed like it was just floundering around going, where the fuck is this movie even going? And I thought at least the first one had a little bit of even a little hint of a stronger base for that compared to this. And again, I do think the music in the first one is better than the music in here at times is alright, but the first one I thought just delivered that a bit better. But I'm not going to say the music is bad, because I don't think it was bad. It still had that Tish entertainment factor to it. So, Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo, I don't think it's as good as the first, but I didn't hate it either. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.